You might find it surprising, but regularly eating the wrong kind of nuts can increase your chances of heart disease by up to 46%, especially if you're a senior. That number might seem shocking, but it's based on a long-term study that was published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. Here's the scary part. Some of the most common nuts people keep in their kitchen can slowly raise blood pressure, trigger swelling in the body, block your arteries, and even speed up memory loss. Still, many older adults eat them, thinking they're healthy. There is one nut in particular, which we'll talk about later, that has been linked to high levels of a harmful substance that can damage your liver, kidneys, and memory over time if eaten often. You probably have this nut in your snack jar, the same nut that many low-carb diets call healthy, but it could be slowly harming your aging body. But don't worry, we've got everything you need. This video will give you a full guide on which nuts are best for your health, your heart, and your brain, and which ones you must avoid completely. Watch all the way to the end because we'll reveal the hidden truth about the most dangerous nut that hardly anyone talks about. And it might be affecting your health without you knowing. Like this video and subscribe to our channel if you want more content like this. And before we begin, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Now, let's look at the 4 nuts seniors should be eating. Number 4. Almonds, a nut that builds strong bones. Almonds are one of the best foods for older adults. They're packed with calcium and vitamin E, which help keep bones strong. As we age, our bones get weaker and more likely to break, and breaks can lead to serious problems. After 65, bone loss speeds up, but just a 4th cup of almonds a day gives you about 97 milligrams of calcium, which helps slow that down. Almonds also have magnesium, a nutrient many older adults don't get enough of. Magnesium helps move calcium away from your arteries and into your bones, where it's needed. Almonds also have good fats that help your heart by lowering bad LDL cholesterol, which is important as the risk of heart problems grows with age. I suggest older adults eat 15 to 20 almonds every day, raw or dry roasted with no added salt. Almonds are also great for easing constipation because they have a lot of fiber, about 3.5 grams per serving, which is a common issue for almost 40% of seniors. What's more, research from Tufts University shows almonds help protect brain cells from damage as we age. Choose almonds with the skin still on because their skins have flavonoids, which work with vitamin E to make them even more powerful at fighting damage in the body. Just be careful. Almonds can be hard to chew for seniors who have trouble swallowing, so chew them slowly and carefully. Number 3. Walnuts, the best nut for your brain. Walnuts look like little brains, and that's fitting because they help support brain health, especially for seniors. These nuts have more of a special plant-based omega-3 fat called alpha-linolenic acid than any other nut. That's important for older brains because omega-3s help nerve cells work well and keep brain cell walls strong. In a recent study published in the Journal of Nutrition, seniors who ate just 1.5 ounces of walnuts every day for 8 weeks showed big improvements in thinking speed and mental flexibility. Walnuts have rare natural chemicals called polyphenols that can pass through the brain's protective layer and reduce swelling inside the brain. This may slow down memory-related diseases like dementia and Alzheimer's. Many people don't know that walnuts also contain melatonin, a hormone that helps you sleep, and sleep issues are common in older adults as melatonin levels drop with age. Some people say a few walnuts before bed helps them sleep better. Walnuts also contain arginine, an amino acid that helps blood flow, and antioxidants that lower stress in the body, both of which support a healthy heart. In fact, walnuts may even make blood pressure medicine work better by keeping arteries flexible. Store walnuts in the fridge so their oils don't go bad, and aim to eat 7 to 9 walnut halves a day. Cracking them open yourself can even help keep your hand coordination strong. Don't worry about their slightly bitter taste. That just shows they're full of powerful antioxidants. Number 2. Pistachios, a smart choice for lowering blood pressure. When talking about nut benefits for older adults, pistachios are often overlooked, but they're excellent for keeping blood pressure in check. Pistachios are special because they're low in salt and high in potassium, about 285 milligrams per serving, which makes them a healthy snack. This mix of minerals is very important for older people as it helps the body get rid of salt through the kidneys. As you age, pistachios may lower your top blood pressure number by 3 to 5 points, similar to some medications, but without side effects. Pistachios also have lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 nutrients that protect your eyes from age-related macular degeneration, which is the top reason for vision loss in people over 60. Their bright green and purple color comes from antioxidants that fight aging and help protect cells from damage. Pistachios are also easier to chew than harder nuts, which is better for seniors with dental or gum problems. Another reason they're great for older adults is that opening the shells slows down eating, which helps prevent overeating and supports better eating habits. A study in the International Journal of Obesity even found that the empty shells act as a reminder of how much you've eaten, helping with portion control. If you have joint pain or arthritis in your hands, try to find pistachios that are already partly opened. Aim to eat about 49 pistachios daily, about 1 ounce of unsalted or lightly salted ones. And for the 25% of Americans over 65 who have diabetes or prediabetes, pistachios' 3 grams of fiber per ounce can help manage blood sugar levels. First, Brazil nuts, a remedy for thyroid issues. Brazil nuts are at the top of our list because they help improve thyroid function, which is important for healthy aging but often overlooked. Just 1 Brazil nut gives you 96 micrograms of selenium, which is 137% of your daily need. That makes them the best natural source of selenium in the world. Many thyroid problems in older adults go untreated because the symptoms are often mistaken for normal signs of aging. But this is serious. Thyroid issues affect about 20% of people over age 65. Selenium is very important for turning on thyroid hormones, which help with energy, metabolism, and mood. Besides that, the special fats in Brazil nuts help protect the myelin sheath, which is the layer that wraps around your nerve cells. This layer often wears down with age, and keeping it healthy may help older adults keep their reflexes, reaction time, and brain speed sharp. The selenium in Brazil nuts is naturally formed, so it's easier for your body to use than the kind in man-made supplements. Brazil nuts are so rich in nutrients that you only need 1 or 2 per day, and their smooth, buttery texture makes them a tasty choice. But don't eat too many. Too much selenium can be harmful. Try to buy Brazil nuts still in their shells, because the shell keeps them fresh longer. Since they have a lot of fat, keep them in the fridge to stop them from spoiling. Brazil nuts also have fiber and natural oils that can help with digestion, which is great for seniors who deal with constipation. Many older adults turn to snacks that aren't healthy, but Brazil nuts are a better option because of their naturally sweet and rich taste. New studies even show that Brazil nuts may help slow down the shortening of telomeres, the ends of chromosomes that get shorter with age and affect how we age at the cellular level. If you're over 65, Brazil nuts are an excellent food choice. In this new section, we will discuss nuts that some seniors should avoid or eat carefully. Inflammatory trigger number 4. Peanuts. Even though they are very popular, peanuts can be risky for many older adults. First of all, peanuts are not true nuts. They are legumes that grow underground. This makes them easy to get moldy and develop aflatoxins, which are toxic substances made by some molds. Aflatoxins can harm the liver and increase the chance of cancer if eaten often. As we age, our body's ability to remove toxins gets weaker, which makes this even more dangerous for seniors. Also, peanuts contain certain proteins that can cause inflammation in some people, even if they don't have a peanut allergy. Older adults are already more likely to have joint pain, heart problems, and memory loss. This kind of mild inflammation can make those issues worse. Most Americans already eat too many omega-6 fats, which increase inflammation, and peanuts are high in these fats. Another thing many doctors don't mention is that peanuts can interact badly with blood thinners like warfarin because of the vitamin K they contain. Many commercial peanut butters make things worse by adding hydrogenated oils, too much salt, and sugar, none of which are good for aging hearts. Around 63% of seniors in the US have high blood pressure, so they don't need extra sodium. Even unsalted natural peanut butter can raise blood pressure in some cases. If not stored the right way, peanuts can go rancid and create harmful substances called free radicals. Also, when peanuts are dry roasted, something common in processed snacks, it creates a chemical called acrylamide, which may hurt brain health and memory. That's a real concern for anyone already worried about memory loss. Even if you've eaten peanuts for years without problems, switching to one of the healthier nuts mentioned earlier for just 3 days a week can help you get better nutrition and reduce your exposure to harmful effects. Number 3. Cashews, a sneaky cause of blood sugar. Spikes cashews can be risky for older adults, especially because of how they affect blood sugar. Unlike other nuts, cashews have a lot of carbs, about 9 grams per ounce, and very little fiber to balance it out. This is a problem because about 25% of seniors have diabetes and another 48% have prediabetes. Cashews cause a rise in blood sugar that can be harmful for these individuals. What makes it worse is that cashews are seen as healthy. So many seniors eat too many without realizing the impact on their blood sugar. Also, their smooth shape makes them easier to choke on, especially for people who have trouble swallowing. In fact, cashews are among the top nuts people choke on. On top of that, cashews have a lot of oxalates, natural compounds that bind to calcium in your digestive system. This reduces calcium absorption, which is a big deal for seniors who already risk losing bone strength. For people over 60, the risk of kidney stones also increases because of these oxalates. Another hidden problem is how cashews are processed. They go through a long process to remove urushiol, a toxic substance found in poison ivy. During this processing, cashews lose a lot of their nutrients. Many store-bought versions are oil-roasted and overly salted, which adds extra fats and sodium that put more pressure on the heart and blood vessels. Cashews also have substances that block the enzymes your body needs to digest protein. This can be a real problem for seniors who already struggle with digestion and getting enough protein. Also, because cashews are creamy and easy to eat, it's very easy to eat too many, which can lead to weight gain, a challenge many face in older age. A better option is to swap cashews for almonds or walnuts. These are safer for seniors and offer better nutrients with fewer risks. Second, macadamia nuts, high in calories and hard on aging bodies. Macadamia nuts may taste delicious, but they carry some real risks for older adults. They have the highest calorie content of any nut, about 200 calories per ounce. As people age, their metabolism slows down, which makes managing weight harder. Macadamias are also very high in fat, with about 22 grams per ounce, and this puts extra pressure on the gallbladder, which often doesn't work as well in older people. About 15% of seniors have gallstones without knowing it, and eating these nuts can trigger painful attacks. Macadamias are also high in saturated fat, about 3 grams per ounce, which can raise LDL, bad cholesterol levels. Many seniors are already watching their cholesterol, so this is a concern. Their hard texture can also be risky for anyone with crowns, bridges, or fragile teeth, which are more common after age 65 when enamel wears down and calcium absorption drops. Another practical problem is cost. Macadamia nuts are very expensive, so seniors trying to save money might buy cheaper nuts that may have gone bad or been stored improperly. This can expose them to harmful fats that have oxidized. On top of that, many store-bought macadamias are roasted in oil and loaded with salt, which adds even more unhealthy fats and sodium, bad for blood pressure and heart health. Their buttery taste can also make it easy to eat too many, especially for older adults who prefer stronger flavors. What's troubling is that some seniors think macadamias are heart healthy just because they're a type of nut. But most studies on heart health focus on lower-fat nuts. Pistachios, for example, have a much better nutritional profile for seniors. So, if macadamias have been your go-to snack, it might be time to switch to something better for aging bodies. Pine nuts. Tiny but risky, especially with medications. Pine nuts come from pine trees, and they are some of the most problematic nuts for older adults for several reasons. One major concern is that pine nuts contain natural chemicals that can interfere with many medications, especially the ones commonly prescribed to seniors. Over 60% of seniors take medications that could be affected by these nuts, including statins, antidepressants, and drugs for high blood pressure. Unfortunately, doctors and pharmacists often don't warn patients about how certain foods can change how medications work, which can lead to side effects or reduced effectiveness. Another issue is something called pine nut syndrome, where eating pine nuts can leave a bitter metallic taste in the mouth that lasts for weeks. This may sound minor, but it can seriously reduce appetite in older people and lead to poor nutrition. Studies show that up to 42% of people who experience this taste change also lose a noticeable amount of weight. This syndrome seems to affect seniors more often, possibly because of changes in how taste and detox systems work with age. Pine nuts also contain lots of polyunsaturated fats, which can spoil quickly and turn into inflammatory substances. That's a problem for seniors who already suffer from conditions like arthritis. Their small size and slippery texture also increase the risk of choking, especially for older adults who have trouble swallowing or take medications that cause dry mouth. A common issue for more than 70% of seniors on multiple prescriptions. Pine nuts also make it harder to digest protein because they contain enzyme blockers, and seniors already have trouble absorbing enough protein. These nuts are packed with calories and oil, which adds to the struggle with weight that many face after age 65. Even eating pine nuts in something like pesto can contribute to these problems. Even more concerning, new research suggests that some types of pine nuts may worsen age-related macular degeneration, which is the main cause of vision loss in seniors. For all of these reasons, it's best to avoid pine nuts after age 65. Knowing which nuts to eat and which to limit can make a big difference in your energy, health, and brain function as you get older. Even small changes in your diet can have big results over time. So now it's your turn. Have you noticed any changes in your health from eating or avoiding certain nuts? Share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.